As part of our low air loss repair guide, we're going to discuss how to properly test the low air loss for leaks. So the first step is to make sure that your CPR plug is actually plugged in, otherwise this will not inflate. Next, take your compressor and put it to the connector piece for the low air loss. Insert the compressor and hit start. You will see that immediately these bladders are starting to inflate. You can see here that these bladders are the first to inflate and this one hasn't yet. That's because it alternates all the way down, then the next group will inflate. Now as this happens, once they're all inflated, you want to stop because if you keep pumping air into them, you will blow the bladders. Now our mattress is fully inflated. You will see that here, these say ventilated bladders. That's because your middle bladders are all going to have a small hole here. They're always going to deflate slightly. Ways that you could detect a leak at this point is if anything is immediately going down or if it fails to inflate during the inflation process. Now that we've got it fully up, we want to try to detect our leak by using Simply Green. And you can, from the Concentrated Repair series, you can see we pour this on here and you'll start to see bubbling as you push down on them. Here's an example of what a leak would look like if it wasn't supposed to be there. That's the ventilated bladder and it's going up. So now you'll find the cell that's not either deflating, or it's not inflating at all, and use the Simply Green for the similar method. So now we've got our bladders, and here, they're pretty full. Right here, we can see this one is already deflating compared to the other ones, which still have a fair amount of air. This one definitely has a leak of some kind. So first thing we're going to do is pull this snap off right here so we can get to where the bladder is connected. Do it on both sides. Take out the bladder. Start with the connection point. That's typically where you're going to find leaks to be at. You can see here, it looks like we've already found it. We'll go ahead and spray it with Simply Green though, just to be sure. So to test this, we're going to want to take this off from the connector. And now we'll fill it up with air from our compressor. We can already hear that it's coming from right there. There's a huge leak gap right there. So we actually don't even need our Simple Green on here. This whole bladder will need to be replaced. For each model, for each low air loss model, you're going to want to contact the manufacturer to find which bladder would be appropriate to be replaced. Use the make and model, they'll certainly help you. And once that's replaced, you're good to return this mattress to stock.